Hey everybody, welcome to JLB Sports TV. I am Justin Block, and today Spain have defeated Italy in the European Championships 4-0 to cement their place as the greatest team ever across any sport, in my opinion, by winning not only the European Championships in 2008, but also the World Cup in 2010, and then this year's Euros. 3 major championships in 4 years. You could not do better than that. Now, going into the match, we all thought it'd be a tight game. We thought that Spain would come out with the false nine, meaning that they would play without a striker per se up front, meaning no Torres. They'd play lots of possession. It'd be a tight game. Maybe Italy had a chance. Italy had a lot of hope coming into the game. They had just destroyed Germany, in my opinion, 2-0. They had been overrun in midfield, and Italy actually played one of the best games of the entire tournament, in my mind, against Germany. I actually gave Italy a fighting chance against the Spanish side, especially if Spain was going with that false nine. I have not been a fan of that all tournament. It creates very boring, not very aggressive play from Spain. It seems like all their midfielders just want to pass and nobody wants to shoot. Granted, Spain eventually scores, but I figured against a team that could really step it up and take advantage of them in open play, they'd be able to beat the Spanish side. This isn't a Spanish side that's been as invincible as they have been in the past, but still the best team out there as they proved today. In the first half, they came out and it was actually a very open game from the offset. After the first half, even though Spain was up 2-0, they actually had the same amount of shots as Italy and the same amount of shots as Italy on goal, 8 and 3. And it wasn't like Spain was actually dominating possession. Spain only had 53% of the possession compared to Italy's 47%. It was a very open game, and Italy had their chances. They were half chances, but they were still chances nonetheless. It was an open, entertaining game, much to the pleasant surprise of me. Unlike the past couple games where, you know, Euro 2008, it was kind of a tactical death match to the end, and Torres finally scored on a breakthrough ball. And then the World Cup in 2010, which was just a total bloodbath, a disgusting game to watch. So kudos to both teams for making it open and providing some actually entertaining football and a final for once. Italy brought striker Antonio Di Natale in for the second half, and again, Italy had chances. Di Natale actually had 2 half chances within the first 10 to 15 minutes of the game, and you thought, well, maybe Italy could possibly nick a goal and fight their way back into this. But after Thiago Motta got injured, Chiellini had previously been injured in the first half, Italy were down to 10 men, and after that, the game was kind of wrapped up. The other 2 goals were just consolation, really. Now, although Spain did come out with the false nine, they have actually realized, hey, we are the greatest midfield ever assembled. Let's just win. Even though Spain were a tactical mess much of the tournament, in my mind, they'd proved that quality always wins in the end. And to be fair to Fabregas today, who was actually leading line, he played more like a true number 9 today than he had at any other time in the tournament. Spain sensed the moment, they kicked into the extra gear, and they won. They gave Italy their chances, and Spain actually had a couple passages in play where they were giving the ball away easily and they weren't at their best. But at the end of the game, the scoreline is really all that matters. Fernando Torres, Judas, was the Golden Boot winner for the tournament somehow. He tied with Mario Gomez and a bunch of other goal scorers with 3 goals. I found out that the tiebreaker for Golden Boot is actually the least amount of minutes played, and since Torres barely played all tournament but managed to get 3 goals, he won the Golden Boot. In what was probably the most unimpressive Golden Boot of all time in any soccer tournament campaign, flat out, ever. But all the credit in the world to this Italian side. Coming into the tournament, I did not rate them to advanced this far. Nobody thought they'd get to the finals. They had the match-fixing scandal in Serie A. This was a team that had been destroyed in the 2010 World Cup. Were getting their asses handed to them in friendlies leading up to the tournament. Russia gave it to them 4-0 in a friendly up to, coming into the tournament. And just look at the role reversal. Russia crashed out of the group stages, and Italy somehow made it to the finals. Italy definitely proved a lot this European Championship. So this is a side that was made up of mainly Juventus players. Juventus is a team that just completed an undefeated season in Serie A, but Serie A as a whole isn't a side that, or isn't a league that people really rate as highly anymore. If you think about it, the winners of Serie A, Juventus, who went undefeated this season, you probably wouldn't even rank them in the top 5 of club football. Italian football as a whole is in a crisis, but Italy definitely gave them some hope. One thing that kind of irked me was how much the American announcers were just absolutely giving it to Mario Balotelli. They were giving him all the plaudits in the world, saying how he has such a bright future ahead of him. And while he is one of the most talented young strikers in the world, I don't rate Mario Balotelli to fulfill his potential at all. This is a player who is a head case, he's immature, and I think he will always be this way unless he gets sort of the perfect manager to manage himself. Clearly Prandelli was a great manager for Mario Balotelli because Balotelli had a great tournament, but unless Balotelli gets a great manager like that in club football, he will never ever reach the level of achievement that these American pundits think he will. So those were my thoughts on the game. Please give your thoughts down below. Were you disappointed in the outcome? Are you an Italian fan? Are you a Spanish fan? How do you feel after this? Give me your comments, reactions down below. That's all for today of JLB Sports TV. I'm Justin Block, and congrats to Spain.